Life in the time of 30,000 naira. Roots TV went to the streets. Reality check. What 18,000 naira means. Survival story of a family of 11. When naira is nose diving. Maximum trouble over the minimum wages puzzle. First time a reality show with real-time faces with real concerns.
There has been so much talk about the national minimum wage from 18,000 naira, 22,000 naira, 24,000 naira, and of course the demand by NLC, which is 30,000 naira. The government, on the other hand, had stalled a planned strike which was supposed to happen on November 6th while negotiating with the Labour and of course the Tripartite Committee. We are going to start a 24-hour reality check on how feasible, how realistic is as a Nigerian spending 18,000 naira, which is the minimum wage, or the 30,000 naira, which is being proposed by the Nigeria Labour Congress. I am in my office complex, and at this point, I'm going to take you for 24 hours from here to home and back. And then we can actually see how realizable the 18,000 naira or 30,000 naira minimum wage is. So wish me luck as we embark on this journey.
While on my way home, I thought of having something as I was indeed hungry. Orange. It was close by, and I was able to get some just to quench the thirst.
What if I buy the 5 for 100?
I wanted to buy more oranges, but the price would have taken up the entire money left with me. Out of the 1,000 naira so far, I have spent 300 on transportation, and I was able to buy 50 naira oranges. The prices of food items have been high since the start of the rainy season, and this is likely to go higher with the rate of inflation. For most Nigerian homes, meals are skipped in order to make up for the next meal. For me, I had to skip dinner, and with 550 naira left of me, I must also be at work tomorrow.
So fortunately, I am left with 550 naira from the 1,000 naira I was given from the office to expend, and that was supposed to cover my transportation fare, my dinner, recharge card, and a whole lot. But it's been quite difficult, really, managing 1,000 naira, and I'm left with this. But how did I get to this point? I boarded a cab 300. I had to plead with the cabman, who was graceful enough to drop me somewhere up where I can connect, and continue my journey. I bought oranges for 50 naira, and then I'm just trying to be sure of what I spent the money on. So I took a bite, 100 naira, and I'm left with this. So how am I going to eat this night? That I don't know.
Just after 14 hours, the day is set for another reality check.
So neighbor dropped me off the express, and just with 550 naira, which I had showed you earlier, now I'm going to find my way down to the nearest box stop and then to connect on my way to the office. So you can also come with me. So now for most civil servants and other regular Nigerians, this is one of the means we take from the house to the nearest bus stop, and then we continue the journey to work. For 550 naira, 1,000 a day, it's becoming very unrealistic that truly a Nigerian spends more than 1,000 naira a day, and that's excluding meals, bills like electricity bills, recharge cards, and a whole lot. I was very fortunate yesterday not to have a visitor, and like I told you, I skipped dinner, I skipped breakfast just because I also needed to get to work this morning. So let's hope that by the time I get to work, there will be some miracle, you know, in terms of breakfast and the rest of them. So let's continue on the journey. It's the reality check. Usually, sometimes the journey could take as long as 30 minutes coming out of the. You get a lift, maybe 10, 15 minutes. You get to the bus stop. There are lots of rickshaws around, so you can just hop in any, like I've done now. And within 5, 7, 10 minutes, I'm at the main bus stop connecting to the main town. So I was lucky in this particular vehicle to have another Nigerian who is here, and he is just a regular guy like me, and maybe we can just have a little conversation as we talk. My friend, I've been trying to manage 1,000 naira a day, and it's been very difficult. Can you do same? Can you manage? Can you use 1,000 naira a day? Is it realistic? Because we're looking at the minimum wage now.
Well, you see, if you want to include transportation, feeding, like you say, cost of buying recharge card and all that, seriously, 1,000 naira is not enough.
So, like on average, how much do you spend?
On average, say 1.5
a day. And that includes the food you eat?
Yeah, that's of course you have to skip one food. Yeah. Maybe of course you take breakfast, then dinner, but for lunch you might just maybe buy buns or something. Just,
I mean, that's a regular Nigerian. You must skip. It must be 101. It cannot totally be 111. Yeah. All right. Thanks for speaking with us, man. Thanks.
Our reality check has proven indeed the difficulties a regular Nigerian go through to survive with 1,000 naira a day, as buttressed by Ibrahim, the co-passenger in the rickshaw or keke as it is known here in Nigeria.
I have to connect my way. Here we are. I have 450 left, and I have to continue my journey. One of this, going to town, and then continue. But let's see how it is. Let's see how much that will cost me eventually. I have to take one of this to the office. Let's go.
At this bus stop, there are lots of kekes and taxis, all going to different parts of town where one can connect to his or her destination. It is also a fact that over 70% of workers in the Federal Capital Territory reside outside the city center. Some of us may be privileged to live close to town due to the nature of our job, but not all.
This is supposed to be $100, 100 naira to Garaki. And so from the 450 I have, if I remove 100 naira, I'll be left with 350 naira. And then by the time I get to Garaki, I also need to take another cab. I may be left with 100 naira to 150 naira eventually, once I bought this. So let's give it a shot. this is all I have left. Yesterday I was given 1,000 naira to prove the reality of surviving on 1,000 naira. I have to drop my profession as a journalist and act as the ordinary Nigerian. Indeed, it is difficult surviving with 1,000 naira. The government may have approved 30,000 naira as the new minimum wage, but how would that sustain a family of 4, a family of 5, or a family of 11 with relatives all depending on the minimum wage? Can that really improve the well-being of Nigerians, improve the standard of living of Nigerians? These are questions that RootsTV would like the federal government of Nigeria to provide answers to. Until then, this is my change, and this is what I will present to my office.